swastikas were being spray painted in my locker area.
They were saying Hail Hitler.
I was just heartbroken when I heard what Kanye said because truthfully, it's not just Kanye that's saying all of this. It's a catalyst for so much more.
How did you deal with it? What did you do to get through that moment?
I took off like any jewelry that indicated that I was Jewish, and I didn't deny, but I kind of erased it from like my personality publicly a lot of the time because I was just afraid.
How many of you have seen swastikas in school? So most of you, okay. How many of you have been subjected to anti-Semitic language in school? The first time you realized what anti-Semitism was, the first time you experienced it, maybe saw it, how old were you?
I was online, I think I was 7 or 8, and it was like a super popular like game. And there were these 2 trolls, I guess, and they said, "Hail Hitler, gas the Jews." And I still remember those exact words like so many years later because they just kind of hit really deep, and it was kind of like a shaping experience for me.
What about social media? Do you see a lot of anti-Semitic language on social media?
Yes. That's that I believe is where I had my first encounterment with an anti-Semite. He ended up texting me one time in all caps, "Oven, oven, oven." Which
have the same text.
Yeah. I did report his account, but like there's no way of knowing if anything actually happened.
Do you feel that it's easier for people to be anti-Semitic online?
Yeah.
The cover of the internet?
Absolutely.
It's like a blanket of protection over them. They could go online as any other name and like say extremely extremist things, and then if, oh no, the account gets banned, I'll make another one.
I think that social media and pop culture has had some positive effects on marginalized communities, but we've also just seen the amplification of stereotypes and harmful conspiracies.
When someone like Kanye West amplifies those types of messages with his platform, does that give those words more power?
Yeah.
Unfortunately it does, because he has a huge fan base. His followers on some social media account are double the amount of Jews in the world, which is crazy to think about. I know at least some of them might be anti-Semites, and that's a problem.
It goes from people, saying he's not really like that, he's whatever, going through a tough time. And then the next second, there are neo-Nazis holding up signs on the 405 freeway on an overpass saying Kanye was right about the Jews.
Why should everybody else care about anti-Semitism?
It's not just Jews. This can happen to anybody. Anti-Semitism, right now it's talking about Jews, but there are so many ways that it could be flipped against different minority and maybe even sometimes majority groups.
Any harm being done to human beings is unacceptable, and no matter who you are, you should care not because we're Jewish, but just because we're other humans.